everybody. We are back. You all know my first guest as Dylan from Beverly Hills 90210. I'll pretend that was for me. Now he's starring in the Rocky Horror Show on Broadway. Please welcome Luke Perry. Good. You know, it's funny because I was thinking about you just the other day. True story. I'm in Los Angeles. No, okay. This is clean. I was in Los Angeles on business, and the hotel had this, like, health club, so I'm down there, like, running on the health machine because you don't get this body just wishing for it.
You gotta be there.
And I'm in there, and I'm on the running machine, you know, the little conveyor belt thing, and treadmill, and there's a TV on, and you can listen to it, and the E! True Hollywood Story is on. And you know the way they always make everything tragic? Well, it's the E! True Hollywood Story for Beverly Hills 90210. And I'm waiting, I'm watching, like, what's the tragedy in this show? How are they going to make this tragic? And so the announcer kept saying things like, when we come back, the cast does another season. You're like...
That was a tragedy for us also.
Well, no, it's not. I was just thinking, like, they're trying so hard to, like...
Oh, yeah, I know. But we, you know, we pretty much kept it together the whole time we were on. There was, you know, nobody robbed anybody, nobody killed anybody.
I know, but I think they were tearing their hair out at E! True Hollywood Story, trying to think of anything. Like, what are we going to do? How are we going to...
But did you notice they had no information and they managed to still stretch the thing into 2 hours long?
Yeah.
Somebody told me that. I haven't seen it yet. They're like, oh, yeah, it's a 2 hour. It's a special
You know how they do it? And I've realized this is how they do it? How they do it is they always recap what they just told you for like half the show. So the show will start
6 minutes of a segment and then a 6-minute recap.
Right. Well, they'll say like, and then Luke Perry then decided to join the cast, and then they you get to the new thing and they say like, Luke Perry was born in 1968. And you're like, you just told us that in the last one, and they recap the whole thing and they get like 8 hours out of it.
And I call that the internet stuff. That's internet stuff. Everybody, you know, you log on to luke.com, .net, whatever, and it tells you all that stuff.
Right. Plus, there's a lot of nude photos.
Then there's you know, it's funny, because someone said, because, you know, I did the thing on Oz where I was naked in the shower, and they were like, you know, there's going to be naked photos of you now on the internet. And I'm like, where you been? For the last, I see all kinds that aren't me. I mean, they will, you know, they'll take a nude photo and put your head on it or whatever.
I'd be happy to get anyone else's body on me. I'd be like... I'm the only star that would not complain, like, oh, wow, well, yeah, that's me, all right.
The internet. Careful.
I'd pretend to be mad. Who did this? Now, you just did a movie in Amsterdam. You shot a movie in Amsterdam.
Yeah, a couple months ago I finished one up over there.
How do you work on a movie in Amsterdam? Because I've only was there once for this show, and boy, it's hard to focus.
You eat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hungry a lot. Which is different from the job I'm doing now, because, I mean, I've lost so much weight doing this play right now. I can't eat enough food to keep the weight on now.
Right.
In Amsterdam, the food's not that good, but you eat a lot anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's it like? I mean, did you get recognized a lot over there? Did you get bugged, hassled?
Yeah, it's funny. You know, in Amsterdam, it's funny when they recognize you because they think they're having, like, some, you know, they're freaking out. They're like, dude, you're... Whoa! You know, I got a lot of that. And the people would just sort of, after they saw me or whatever, they just go off walking down the street going, no, I'm not going back there. I can't go back.
Yeah, they can't convince, and then they're looking at their hand.
Yeah, it was free.
They probably recognize you, then recognize their hand.
I'll tell you, it was great. I had a really good time working over there. I loved Amsterdam. It's a good town. You should go.
Oh, they'll go. Now, this is your first time on Broadway. Doing Rocky Horror Show.
Yeah.
And what are you singing? Are you dancing?
Well, they say, I mean, it's my version of singing and dancing. I mean, I try to sing and I try to dance. I actually have the luxury of playing a character who isn't supposed to sing or dance very well.
Right.
So it works out real good for me. Because I can't sing or dance very well. And I prefaced the whole show. I told them that coming in. I don't do this very good, but I'll try. And I do try, and we have a lot of fun. Everybody else in the cast, though, they're amazing performers, amazing singers. And I managed to eke by, and I hit most of the notes. And,
right. And you're out there performing in like high heels at one point. Is that right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Fishnet stockings and all the whole 9 yards.
Fishnet stockings. I have to wear a bustier that used to belong to Joan Jett. Hi, Joan.
Those things get sold when they're done with them?
No, not if you fit into them. They're like, oh, we can't make one for you. We don't have time. Get Joan's. And they bring like the one that Joan had, and she was on the show, and I'm like, you know, Joan, she's thin. I was like, sucking in there. But now it fits okay.
And it feels probably really good.
Yeah, that stuff feels really good. You know, it's crazy about that, because
That's weird when you start to be like, this isn't bad.
I love a woman in fishnet stockings, you know, and I always have. I think fishnets are great, and they look very sexy. Having worn them now, it's amazing. I mean, you know, I have a lot of respect for women that wear fishnet stockings. And those of you that wear them to work and walk around in high heels, I respect you even more. I mean, at some point in the show, I'm laying out on the stage in fishnets and high heels, and there's a girl in front of me doing a striptease, you know? And it's like all those times you went to the topless bar, you wanted to jump up on the stage with the girl. I actually get to. The only thing is, I have to wear the shoes in the thing, too, so...
What are you doing in a topless bar?
It's not research. Research on the heels.
I love it when people say research.
Yeah,
if you're an actor, you can get away with anything. What in God's name are you doing to that sheep? It's research for a film.
Research. We're cloning. This is cloning. Yeah.
You know, the movie, of course, Rocky Horror Picture Show, famous for people going and shouting out. Is that happening on the Broadway show?
Yeah. Yeah, they shout a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to be said, apparently. I had never seen the movie, so I didn't really know about it. But I knew they shouted back. Right. I just didn't know to what extent. It's different, now, obviously, on Broadway because we're live, and there's a lot of, you know, when it's you up there, like when it's me personally, I have like a bullseye on my head this big, and they're throwing, you know,
What are they saying?
Oh, they got a lot of stuff to say. They have a lot of things. And sometimes it becomes too, you know, Luke Perry specific, and it detracts from what we're doing on the show, so we try to refrain from that. But when they throw out the stuff that works in the movie that you've all seen at the theater, it is great. It's a great time. And at the end of the show, every night, we take the bows and the lights come up, and I can see that people have had a great time. And it makes it a lot of fun for me. They're dancing and singing, everybody's wearing boas, and it's good.
Right. And do you ever get people that come to the show like from the Midwest don't know what the hell's going on?
Yeah. It's funny, you know.
We get that here in this audience. That's my favorite thing. No, we do.
We had a church group come from some Midwestern enclave somewhere the other night, and they all got on the bus, and they came to the Rocky Horror Show, and they're going to see it. You know, and they sit down out there, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how much of this stuff I can say on the air, so, you know,
just go for it.
Whoever's editing, do your thing. Somebody starts screaming out, dildo! Slut! You know, and you see these people in the audience just going, ah! I mean, it's funny. It's really funny. Some of them, I honestly think these people bought tickets to the wrong play. Yeah. And they were like, oh, this is the producers. Nathan Lane's coming out. And somebody comes out and screams, slut! And they're like, oh.
I always love it here when, like, we have an audience that, you know, we'll have, like, some horrible thing happen, which we like to do regularly, you know. We'll have, like, a masturbating bear come out and do something, and hold it, and then there'll be like an audience, and half of them like somehow got diverted from the Rosie O'Donnell audience. What's happening?
Right, well,
Who's this awful man?
We share the theater. You know, the other side of our theater, they got river dance going on.
Oh,
there.
That's great.
So some of the people come in thinking it's river dance, and they're all like,
yeah.
You know, they see the fishnets, and they're like, whoa.
It's my favorite thing to do is to shock and disappoint.
Well, then, come on down. Yeah. We're doing it regular.
The Rocky Horror Show is now playing at Circle in the Square Theater in New York City. Congratulations on that. And Luke, thanks for being here.
Oh,
great to have you.
Luke Perry.